All right, we got a good cop story right here. We haven't done these in a while. It's time to get back to the basics and run the meat and potatoes in my channel. We got one right here. A man shot dead for stealing a 25-cent cupcake, allegedly. Man fatally shot over allegedly stealing a quarter cupcake, 25 cents.
Fatally shot over allegedly stealing a 25-cent cupcake. And it doesn't end there. Put up the picture full mass.
Here it is.
Last week, 28-year-old Isaiah Allen, a father of two, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin,
Wow.
was fatally shot by a gas station security guard over the alleged petty theft of a 25-cent snack cake. Xavier Easter Bryant, a cousin of Allen, said on the day of the shooting, Allen was planning to leave for Tennessee and check into a drug rehabilitation center. Allen suffered from mental health issues, but Bryant did not detail them. Prosecutors have charged 56-year-old William Pinkin, a felon who actually served time for a 1989 slaying with first-degree intentional homicide.
Wow.
The case has drawn scrutiny to the gas station who employed him and the state's laws on
Here's the gas station.
Security. Now let's put up the gas station. The owner of the Teotonia gas station, there's a gas and food station, Gurinder Nagra, said what happened was, quote, was just insane, and that the security guard had been working for him for a little more than a month. Quote, I didn't know he was carrying a gun. He was not supposed to do that, end quote. Let's keep up the gas station, the convenience store.
Yeah, we saw the gas station store.
Routinely in particular communities, those who own establishments will decide to save a few pennies by not doing the simple, making sure that the person who's doing security has not killed somebody before.
You know, and that's the thing, when you're hiring someone like that, you're supposed to do a thorough background check. And a lot of the times, most security guards, not all, but most of them do, when they are working detail for security or unarmed, they usually have a baton, a taser, and a pepper spray. And usually have like a walkie-talkie kind of thing. But very few security guards are ever armed like that. But yeah, that tells you this place didn't do their background check on this security guard.
Doesn't take much. A little bit of care about the customers that consume your products inside of your facility. Just a little bit of care.
Mm-hmm.
A life would likely not be dead right now. All right? There was no permit. The man did not have a security guard permit, which is required according to Wisconsin Department of Safety and Professional Services. He is, in fact, a convicted felon, which also bars him from possessing a firearm. These are things the owner should have known based on hiring.
And that's another thing about convicted felons. They are not allowed to possess, buy, or own a firearm. It tells you that.
Someone to provide security. So what happened at the gas station? Police recovered surveillance footage, which showed the entirety of the incident. According to the criminal complaint, Allen entered the store shortly before 6:20 a.m., Wednesday, August 16th, while Pinkins was seated in the back of the business. Video shows Allen grabbed a box of Little Debbie snack cakes and left with it. Pinkins rose from his chair and approached Allen while producing a handgun. Within about arm's distance, Pinkins shot Allen in the back of the head. While waiting for police to respond, the guard calmly smoked a cigarette. He told officers he works at the store, but didn't see the shooting.
He just fucking calmly smoked a cigarette.
He then left the scene.
When he knew fairly shot a man in the head.
Pinkins was later identified and arrested 2 days later, Friday, August 18th. Now, it is interesting that Mr. Pinkins thought he would get away with it by talking to the police. He must have assumed, because he wears a security uniform, that he is the police. so he should be able to get away with murder. It doesn't work that way for you, sir. There's more.
Especially the fact it was premeditated, cold, stone cold murder. One shot in the head. He knew what he was doing. He knew exactly what he was doing. You know, and that just shows you it's another case of, well, I guess people value property more than people's lives. Yep. You know what the police do? Well, we got a case of even security guards do as well, too.
Who is William Pinkin? Also of Milwaukee. Was a security guard employed at the gas station. Pinkin was convicted of a first-degree reckless homicide and robbery in Milwaukee County in 1989. A very simple background check would have exposed this. He would not have been hired, hopefully, and this man who is dead would be alive. This is severe consequence. He shot the clerk of a smoke shop in the head with a sawed-off shotgun during a robbery in May of that year. One of his accomplices told police that Pinkin laughed about the shooting afterward. The man is probably a psychopathic killer.
Yeah.
There may be other bodies connected to him, possibly.
And
should be
gets jollies
investigated.
out by killing people.
There's more. He was released on state supervision in March of this year. According to Wisconsin Department of Correction, Pinkin began working at the gas station in late spring of early summer. That's according to Mona Shea Howard, who lives near the gas station and has been active in demonstrations after Allen's death. Howard, who ran a food stand outside the gas station, said Pinkin, the security guard, was, quote, very erratic, but not known to carry a gun. Let's talk about the status as a security guard. So Wisconsin doesn't require security guards who are directly employed by a business to obtain a permit. That's according to the Department of Safety and Professional Services. Anyone who wants to work as a security guard for a private security agency must obtain a permit. However, they are not eligible for those who have been arrested under suspicion of a misdemeanor or convicted of a felony that would have disqualified anybody.
That would squash that door.
The community has been up in arms, with some calling for the gas station to be shut down completely. Allen's family, as well as other community members, have gone as far as blocking off pumps, a form of protest, feeling more outraged at the fact that the gas station decided to resume regular business hours right after the shooting. The business now, however, is closed. Protesters have adorned the building with signs saying revoke their license now and closed for justice. Why does the community have to engage in such activity to get the store closed? Right now, the county government has not closed the store. Let me tell you why they should. This is a direct cause and effect of what the owner did by hiring someone who never should have been in position of providing personal or professional security. That person being armed on the premises, creating premises liability. Likely, if he's not a real security officer, there is no insurance dynamic connected to this. The family gets nothing. The list goes on and on. It's irresponsible from top to bottom. Naturally, the county should get involved quickly and do what the citizens have been demanding. Sharon, thoughts on this?
County would get involved if you or I served alcohol at our establishment
That's right.
to children, even if no one died. They'd shut you down immediately and post that thing on the door that they do.
You know, and she brings a good point about that. Because there's a gas station down the street, which used to be by 76, and now the mobile gas station by 66 and Lakewood Drive. They had their liquor license suspended twice. When COVID, like when the pandemic hit and COVID hit like that, they got their liquor license suspended twice, both times for a month, because they sold alcohol to a minor. I don't know if it was a undercover sting or what, not like that. So yeah, they like that. I mean, I've heard instances where some stores get closed outright if they sell alcohol to a minor.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that this should also be squarely at the feet of this owner. And sure, he should have done a background check, Dr. Ritchie, but I don't think he needed to. I think everybody knew who Pinkins was or what he did in the neighborhood. Yeah. They had an idea, and that's exactly why he hired him. He doesn't have the W-2, I'm sure, but that's exactly why he was there. A cupcake.
that part. In the owner's mind, he probably wanted to hire a criminal because he believes everyone around him is one. We're going to continue to follow.
Or he's probably an owner, probably as a jackass, thinking, "Oh well, all criminals can, they can, they're rehabilitated when they're out of the system." Not all criminals, and that's why you got to do your due diligence and do a thorough background check, especially when you're hiring a security guard and knowing the fact that he's not supposed to carry a gun. With that said, I'm out here. My job. Peace out.